Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. So I thought it would be quite a good idea now that I've had some time to play the new Farming Simulator 25 to voice my opinions on whether or not you should spend the money and upgrade to the game. So it's been 24 hours since the release of the new game and I've had about 9 hours in game. And I feel like I've got a good grasp on the game. I've experienced a lot of pros and cons. I've had time to go around, get a feel for all of the new features and visuals, and generally just get a little bit adapted to the game. And so I thought it was a good time to go through and hopefully, if anyone is on the fence on whether or not to buy the new game, it might help you make your decision. So, I think it's a good idea to go over the pros first. And I have to say, there is a lot of pros. I do think that this game is far more polished and has a lot more features in it than Farming Simulator 22. I do think it is a worthy upgrade. Now, I need to make it heard that there is a lot of talk in the community about the bugs that there is currently in the game. With every new game release, there is going to be bugs. I I've played a ton of games and played a bunch of games at launch. All of them have bugs, and Farm Simulator 25, unfortunately, is riddled with them. So I feel like that currently is overshadowing the game, and people are a lot more active in voicing their grudges against the game, which I understand. You've paid a lot of money for a new game, you expect it to play well, but unfortunately, there is a lot of bugs, visual and performance-wise. But if you can overlook those, there is a lot of positives from the game. First off is the graphics. That is, it's quite drastic, the changes. And I'm not too sure if it's different on the two maps. I've played both the US map and I've played the European map, and the fog is a lot more in your face on the US map, and I have to say that's the map that I've been enjoying the most so far. Just the environment alone makes the game feel more full. I played multiplayer last night for a good 2 or 3 hours, and working at night in the fog was quite a surreal experience. Seeing a tractor driving next to you in the fog really is something quite cool. The upgrades to the materials on vehicles look really good. I have to say the ground and all of the buildings, everything like that, the materials and stuff like that used do look a lot better than the old game. The rain and weather, I haven't experienced it personally yet, the rain, but I did see someone's stream and they were driving in the rain and it looked incredible. It almost didn't feel like Farming Simulator, not in the fact that it looked really good, but it was a bit surreal what I was seeing. And I am looking forward to experiencing that. That's for sure. I think that the UI in the game is certainly more smooth. A lot of the menus have changed. You still get that familiar feel with the layout and the menus, but it does have a new look to it. The store I really like. It does take a lot of getting used to the new store and the new layout, but overall I do like it. It feels like a lot more of a polished experience. One thing I do not like though is there is no longer the owned vehicle tab within the store. So if you're like myself and you accidentally put the wrong config on a vehicle or something, and you then wanted to go across to your owned vehicles and modify it, then or sell it or whatever you wanted to do, then it's not no longer there. You have to go into the escape menu, scroll down, go into a sub menu, and it's in there, and it does throw you off a little bit. So that will take some getting used to. So next on the list is the deforming terrain, and I have to say, I didn't really know how to feel about this, but I do like the deforming terrain. There is a lot of bugs with it at the minute, which I hope do get polished up. But as a whole, it is a nice addition to the game. The way that we were very concerned about how long the tracks would last, and it seems like the tracks remain until you quit out of the game. As soon as you relaunch the game or come back into your save game, all of those tracks reset. I've seen a lot of people complaining about how harsh the tracks are. For instance, on the European map, just driving around the yard where there's a lot of gravel, the tractor sinks down into the gravel quite far, and as soon as it starts raining, I've seen photos of the yard with like very deep ruts in it, which I think I did actually mention in the one of my previous videos about how harsh and how aggressive the different materials are, and some of them work very well. Like some of the tracks and stuff like that do work quite well with the material you're driving on, but there is some which I believe do need a bit of a tweak. The ploughing is I have to say I haven't done very much ploughing in Farming Sim in quite a while, but it is a whole new experience, and I sat and ploughed a field for probably about an hour, and I really enjoyed it. It's definitely something I'm going to do more of. So, as a whole, I do think that there is a lot of positives in the game. The 9 hours I've played, I sort of didn't want to come off the game. I did really enjoy it. As I said at the start, there is a lot of bugs. There's a lot of visual bugs, there's a lot of performance bugs, and there's a lot of bugs with some of the new features like the terrain. Hopefully these will get fixed. Anyone that is playing the game at the minute and experiencing bugs, Giants are asking for feedback and bug reports, so you can find, I'll put a link in the description, but if you do have bugs you want to report, then please do get them sent off, because the more people that put the bugs in, the larger the update we will get fixing hopefully all these bugs. One of the worst bugs I've experienced at the minute is the performance bug, or performance bugs as a whole. In single player, I was getting roughly 70-80 FPS. As soon as I went into multiplayer, my performance dropped drastically, and after playing for a couple of hours and then going into darkness and fog, my FPS was all the way down at 25 FPS, which is crazy. I've not experienced that much of a reduction in FPS before, but hopefully over time this will get fixed. So yeah, my overall opinion is, if you are still keen to play Farming Simulator and you want to get the full experience, I do think Farming Simulator 22 is something that I would stick to for now. But if you don't mind just experiencing the game and you can look past the bugs and just want to play the game, then I think there's nothing wrong with that. That's what I'm going to be doing. Hopefully modding will soon start. We are waiting on the new Giants editor to be released. Giants, I believe, they haven't put a date on when the Giants editor is going to get released. Hopefully it will be sooner rather than later. But yeah, hopefully that has been some useful information. Please do put down below in the comments your opinions. I do like reading the comments, and in the next video I plan to go over some of your comments. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. and I'll see you in the next one.